What is going on, fellow fans of Clash of Clans? Here we go again. More Town Hall 12 update information, and this is the part where I guarantee you there is something for every level player of Clash of Clans in today's episode. So we're going to get right into some siege attacks. Now, for the people asking the questions, this was done on the developer build. That's why I am able to attack myself. That's why I'm able to use Town Hall 12 stuff. So yes, I'm very lucky to have that. You guys will have it soon, I promise. Darian said probably in June. But let's get into the big stuff that is coming to everybody. They're calling this the quality of life improvements for Clash of Clans. And these are basically all based upon fan feedback. Stuff that you guys have suggested on social media, on the forums, on Twitter, on Facebook, on a potato that you delivered to their office. Don't deliver a potato to their office. But anyway, so yes, messages that got through, and they do get through to Supercell through lots of different channels. So let me get down to it. First things first, name changes. They are a happening. You are no longer stuck with your name ending in dollars because you thought Peter $17 was... Let's just not even go there, okay? No, I don't want to hear it. No. Yeah. You hardly even play anymore.
That's not right. I'm testing them.
Whatever, Peter. Okay, so you can change your name. You can change your name several times now. I've noticed this. I checked it out in the developer build. It does go up in cost each time you change it. And so this is the reasoning from Supercell about this, is they want people to have that ability to change their name and to be creative, but at the same time, they want to secure the clan experience in that, you know, people aren't changing their name all the time constantly. It would completely ruin clans. It really would. So this is a way to do it. They've got a cooldown of, looks like 7 days, unless that changes. And then they've got increasing gem costs all the way up to like, what, 10,000 gems? Holy cow. So I didn't go all the way through, but it looks like it increases at 500 gems per time. That's a lot of name changes. I mean, yeah. So people could abuse it, okay? People could abuse it, and that's probably why at the same time that they put in this new name change ability, they've also added a way to report players from their profile. So you'll be able to go to a player's profile if he is having an offensive name or whatever. You can report him directly from his profile. So that way people can't constantly be changing their names to get away from whatever. And again, don't waste the gems making an obnoxious name because, well, that's not going to do you any good unless you want to give Supercell gems for nothing. I mean, then go right ahead. No, I'm not, still don't. Okay. Next point. And this change is something that players have been asking for a long time. I've seen this request many, many times. Just like you can set your heroes to sleep, you can now do it for your clan castle. So lots of different reasons that you might want to set your clan castle to sleep rather than guard mode. You don't want to use up those troops. Maybe you're saving them for an attack. You don't care about the defense. Whatever it is. Now you've got the ability to toggle it back and forth, and you can see as you do it, your little clan castle flag disappears, and that tells you whether or not it's set to guard or sleep mode. All right, so quality of life changes definitely, and this is a huge one. Let me tell you right now, I am personally very excited about this, and okay, maybe because I'm not the best at base designing, I'm great at copying people's bases, and now you can do it with a click of a button. That's right, you find somebody's village that you like, go to your clanmate's village. Now this is only clanmates, okay? Clanmate's village, and you can copy their base, clickety-clack, and there you go. So could this encourage clan hopping? I don't know. I worry a little bit about that part of it. If players can copy a clanmate's village, is there going to be a cooldown after joining the clan before you can do it? I feel like there should be. I feel like there should be at least like a 12-hour cooldown, or maybe a 1-hour cooldown, or maybe a 30-minute cooldown. Something like that that discourages players from hopping clan to clan just to copy a layout. All right, we talked about the reporting the player functionality improvement, going to be easier. Now you can report those offensive names directly from a profile. They also have said clan games are getting improvements. Now this is kind of common sense. I mean, we've got Town Hall 12 coming. there's going to be clan game challenges within the clan games that are specially made for Town Hall 12. All right, throwing a bone to the war players and improvement in war tools. And I'm sure that there's going to be more changes in the future. Clan war players, I've heard right now, may be feeling a little bit neglected in this update. But they have had updates recently. You guys had war tools implemented. There will be stuff in the future, I've been told. Big stuff, by the way. Big stuff in the future. But right now, so the way it works, if an attacker has used all of their attacks in a war, their target calls are now automatically removed from the clan war map. Just kind of cleans things up, makes it a little bit less confusing. All right, another one for players who were constantly sharing replays, trying to get better, trying to share attack and defense strategies. The cooldown between sharing replays reduced from 30 minutes down to only 5. So watch out for that clan chat to get full now when those guys don't have to wait. They can post 6 replays every half hour instead of just 1. And then last but not least, just a little minor detail. Power potions will now pause properly like boosts pause during server maintenance, so you won't lose out on that extra power potion time. So again, like they've said, we've got things that are coming for every player in Clash of Clans. Remember, we had all of those loot changes as well. So there's a lot of changes. This really is, like Darian said, a massive undertaking of an update, far more than just adding new levels, new buildings, new whatever, and a town hall. This is across the board changes for everybody in the game. Now that is just about going to wrap up the quality of life changes for today's episode, but that does not wrap up reveals that are yet to come. Remember, Darian spoke something about a new troop, so stay tuned, stay subscribed for that. But right now we're going to show more Town Hall 12 Siege Machine gameplay while I answer questions from the comments of recent videos. First, Reactin' Roland asking, how is there a dark freeze spell? Now, yes, a lot of people noticed in yesterday's video that the freeze spell is only 1 housing space. It has not changed from regular elixir to dark elixir, just the housing space and the duration. You'll notice that it lasts not nearly as long. I don't know exactly precisely what that is right now. Again, some of these values may change, but yes, the freeze spell changing in utility and changing in housing size. All right, next question. Okay, Mr. Santra had his hand up. My question is, will siege troops come out like CC troops when our village is defending? On defense, you won't see the siege machine. It does not affect or change defense in any way. It's only on offense. So on defense, everything is the same as it was. The donated CC troops will reside in your CC and only pop into the siege machine when they go out on the attack. Our next question comes to us from Bassman. Bassman9 asks what the range is. I'm assuming he wants to know the range of the defending Giga Tesla on the Town Hall 12. I'm told right now it is 10 tiles, but remember that may change. So it's not a huge range. I mean, obviously it's not across the map. It's not anything near like an Eagle Artillery. But again, that is something that might change. There's so many changes that are happening in this update. It wouldn't surprise me to see significant balance changes either occurring between now and when the update drops, or within that first 2 to 4 weeks after the update drops. If something is way out of balance, we can expect some nerfs or some buffs in those coming days. And speaking of buffs and nerfs, we've got players already asking for changes before Town Hall 12 has even been released. Here's Psychot Das in the comments. He says that the Clash team needs to increase the hit points of the Battle Blimp. Now, I understand the Battle Blimp has about half the hit points of its ground counterpart, but you have to remember that there are much fewer air defenses that are going to be attacking said siege machine, so it doesn't need as many hit points. And again, we could anticipate there might be a balance change. Who knows? Maybe the ground siege machine is too tanky. You never know. Next up, Neo Forever Gaming. Now, I realize this isn't a question, but I wanted to be one of the first to talk about this. He says it would be cool with a catapult that shoots your troops. Now, we saw that there's room for seven siege machines in the level 2 siege workshop. They obviously are planning more siege machines in the future, and I'm about 90% sure that we will see a trebuchet or catapult or something very similar to that as a future siege machine. It makes complete sense. I love the idea, especially imagine Imagine a siege machine, a catapult, or a trebuchet that you can place on the outside of the village and aim. Kind of like how you can aim a push trap. I love that idea. I think that would be a very cool addition to the strategy in the game, and so I just wanted to be one of the first to call it out and say it's gonna happen. All right, Dong Hoon asks, does Town Hall 12 target air? And yes, it does. It is think of it like a Tesla. The Giga Tesla, just like your hidden Teslas, will target ground and air troops. Now, here's a question that a lot of different people ask different variations of, and I wanted to go ahead and address this. So Richard asks, honestly, how do you get all the money to buy the gems for the upgrades? Your own money, or do you get sponsored? So first of all, those of us who do this full time can write off any gem purchases as business expenses, and that's completely legitimate. Okay, so yes, so some of us do spend our own money, and I have spent my own money on gems for games and on gift cards to give away. I am lucky enough also to, from time to time, to do sponsored content, which you'll notice YouTubers do. Otherwise, if YouTubers didn't do sponsored content, let me tell you that you probably wouldn't see nearly as many YouTubers out there, and you would miss out on some fun, really cool, creative, entertaining people. So it's nice that there is an ability to do sponsored content. And then, and this is the big one for Town Hall 12 for me, Bren Chong. If you guys don't know who this guy is, he is very well known in the Clash Royale community. A great guy, very supportive. He has put on tons of tournaments. He's an esports organizer. He is just a benefactor in general, and on Twitter he does giveaways all the time. Bren Chong and I are teaming up, and yes, he is sponsoring my Town Hall 12 Gem Festival, and I am going to be gemming everything in Town Hall 12 in partnership with Bren Chong. So all you guys need to do is follow him to get in on the giveaways, because I also have tons of gift cards to give away thanks to Bren Chong, and it's going to be announced on his Twitter, my Twitter, and in my videos, and all you have to do is follow Bren Chong. Doesn't cost you a thing. All right, a couple more quick questions before I get on to an awesome replay that I've got coming up here with the Siege Machine. A lot of players have been asking about when the update is going to drop, and Darian has said sometime in June. If you want a more specific hint, go back about 2 or 3 episodes. You can check out my Town Hall 12 playlist, and I've got an episode that specifically addresses what I feel like was a pretty big hint, a possible hint dropped by Supercell as to a more precise date for Town Hall 12 dropping. Bow23 wants to know if the Siege Machine is deployed after the Town Hall is destroyed, what happens? I've showed it in a couple of videos. I think I might have showed it earlier in this video. It just goes to where the Town Hall was and then drops the troops. And last and final question, when does Town Hall 14 drop? Town Hall 14 will be released on June 27th, 2022. Mark my words. All right, so let's get into this replay right here, you guys. It is a Town Hall 12. I've got the Siege Machine out there at the top of your screen, and I was just running through lots of different attacks, different styles, different whatever. I wasn't really focused hardcore on strategy yet. In fact, this is just witch spam. I mean, look at the witches. I don't have any tanks, using the heroes and actually the Siege Machine to try to tank. No jump spells used at all, just freezes and rages, as you can see. And look at that funnel that created by the witches, everybody going right down the center. Sure enough, the Siege Machine blasts through those 2 walls, and that is plenty to get the Archer Queen and the Warden into the core and to take out the Town Hall for the first star. Now you can see I've used freeze spells on the outside to freeze the Inferno Towers, the Expos, to help kind of keep the witches alive a little bit longer. But on the left-hand side, a massive pack of witches. I mean, that is, what is it? What's the name for a bunch of witches? It's called a coven. It's a virtual coven of witches on the left-hand side of your screen, working their way around. You can see on the right-hand side, we got the heroes in the center, just about to go down. All the spells down, all of the abilities down, 68, 69, 71% damage. And not a lot to stop this attack at this point. You just have to worry mostly about the Wizard Tower, and then there is a mortar above that. Those are, of course, splash damage, the worst enemy of the Witch and the Skeletons. Here comes the Wizard Tower, the Warden helping out, and the Aura. Check out the Warden's Aura. That is huge right there, giving everybody more hit points. letting them stay alive a little bit longer. This elixir storage looks like maybe it's going to stop the triple. But no, it goes down. They're moving in, melting through the gold storage on their way to the mortar. And once this mortar is down, then we know it is not defense that could stop this triple. Okay, we know it's not going to be defense, but what could it be? Yeah, you guessed it. It could be time. All right, it's going to take some time to get through this. We've got less than a minute remaining. Nothing but witches and the warden. WW moving in through these final buildings. 87% damage. Big structures, lots of hit points. They're out of the way. The lab, a couple more camps at the top of your screen, working their way through. 44 seconds left now. 93% damage. Looks like we are going to get this. Masses of skeletons trying to bore through those walls. And man, the damage really piles up when you have that many skeletons together. Sure enough, they blast through the wall, spread out, gonna take down these other structures. Final 30 seconds. Looking like we're gonna get it. We are going to do this, and we miscalculate. There's another building. That's right, with 20 seconds left, bottom left corner, the Troll Tesla! The Troll Tesla, no! Final 15 seconds, cannot believe this is going to happen. Unbelievable, epic 3-star, just going to be missed out by time, or is it? Here they come. Final 5 seconds, 4 skeletons get their warden helping out, 2 seconds, 1, and perfection. I grabbed the 3-star at the end of the episode. Thank you guys, so much fun. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you stick around, subscribe for future update, sneak peek information. Be kind to other people, and remember, in life, as in Clash of Clans, give it your all, and make every attack a full attack.
Galadon, I see what you did there. You've got more legs than a colander. Yeah, colander, Galadon, a colander. I like for you spaghetti.